Animation. I am a huge fan of animation. I have dabbled, tried to get jobs as a storyboard artist. Um, I have done some animation in the past, old school animation. Hard work, hard work. Um, Absolutely love animation. It's something I'm truly passionate about, something I love a lot. And when sitting down and thinking about the best animated films of all time, you know, Disney Disney hits hard, but this is my list. These are movies that meant something to me. And first and foremost, got to go with Iron Giant. It Iron Giant, one of the greatest animated films of all time. Um, I have never once seen the end of Iron Giant without this cascade of tears. One day I will see the end of that movie unblurred. Um, hasn't happened yet. Uh, the idea of a gun that doesn't want to be a gun is poetic and beautiful, and the idea of you can be anything you want to be um, is a beautiful lesson to preach in a cartoon. Um, Again, I'm very anti-authority, so the Men in Black government as the bad guy, right there with you. The hippie artist, it just that movie sings to me on levels. The kid with the comic book obsession, you know, it's almost like that movie was made for me, man. I absolutely love um, the Iron Giant. It's a beautiful movie. One of the first movies that used computer animation and used it right because they created a program for the Iron Giant every once in a while to for his lines to flicker and drop out, to make it feel and look like it was hand drawn. Um, oh my God, using a computer to make it look and feel like it was hand drawn. They were doing that back in the 90s. I mean, sorry. Lost, you lost my temper there. Lost my temper. Um, but Iron Giant is a masterpiece and a beautiful film. Um, next on my favorite animated films, Beauty and the Beast. It is this every single frame of most Disney films is a beautiful painting. You can pause any classic Disney or Renaissance Disney movie, and it's this beautiful painting, and and I love what they did with, you know, like it almost won Best Picture. It was the first animated film nominated for Best Picture, and that year after the Academy created the animation section so that no animated film could ever win Best Picture, which is ridiculous because there have been a lot of animated films that were better than live action. Um, you know, just saying. So go back and give Beauty and the Beast a rewatch. It's this the color palette. The as an artist, it will inspire you. Um, next number three on my favorite animated films, I have to go with Batman: Mask of the Phantasm. Batman Mask of the Phantasm is the greatest Batman film ever made. Hands down. Sorry. If you like the Batman, you're wrong. If you think, The Dark Knight is the greatest Batman film ever made, you're wrong. You're just wrong. Batman Mask of the Phantasm, hands down, greatest animated film, one of the greatest animated films of all time, the best Batman film of all time. It came out, I believe, the Christmas of '93. It was limited release. It only was available to watch in the afternoon because that's what Warner Brothers was doing with their cartoons at the time. And I'm still upset with my Uncle Daniel for not taking me to see it. He saw it. He went and saw it in theaters without me. But, still a little upset, Daniel, that you didn't, I had to wait, 10 years to see this movie when the DVD came out. Or it might have been 5. Either way, I didn't get to see this in theaters. Didn't get to see this in theaters. It is an extension of Batman the Animated Series, but they get to do some darker things. They get to be a little bit more violent. They get to show blood for the first time. But besides that, they tell this beautiful story of, they do Batman Year One with, this new villain and the heartbreak of the noir. As in a noir film, your hero can never be better at the end than when he was at the beginning. And so for him to lose the love of his youth again, to revenge, it's poetic. Batman Mask of the Phantasm. If you haven't seen it, watch it. It is the best Batman film ever made. Now, my fourth pick for best animated film, because there's only 4 weeks in this month, is Cool World. Weird movie. Sexually weird movie. One of those movies that I watched way too young. I was watching it in my great-grandmother's bedroom because I would stay at her place after school. And I know for a fact my nanny had no clue what this movie was or what it was about, or I don't know how it ended up in her house. But yeah, Cool World. The idea of this comic book artist who has drawn this comic book series, Cool World, and drawn all these characters, but only done so because somehow mentally he was connected to an alternate dimension. He was seeing what was going on in this alternate dimension in his dreams and just like translating that into the comic book. And then accidentally, through a tear in space and time, ends up traveling into the Cool World dimension, where one of what he thought was one of his fictional characters wants to sleep with him. But she wants to sleep with him because when a toon sleeps with a human being, that toon becomes human. And there is another human in that world, played by Brad Pitt, who's been stuck in the toon world since like World War II. There's a World War II accident. There's a motorcycle accident. Anyway, he has been abstaining because he knows if he sleeps with a toon, it's going to create a huge rift in the space-time continuum. And basically, he's the cop of this world, and his job is to prevent a horny cartoon character from sleeping with this delusional comic book artist. And I'm not making any of this up. This is the plot of Cool World. Yeah. Cool World is something else, man. Yep. Go see Cool World. All Destiny comic books available through Amazon.com or through us directly.